Good morning, y'all. Um, it is currently 7 o'clock, actually. Like I say, 7 o'clock in the morning. This whole it being bright outside early is still something I'm not yet over. Okay, I'm not over that it being so bright in the morning. But anyway, I was watching this video, and this woman was talking about uh, Christian marriages and how so many Christian influencers are getting divorced. And she was talking about, Satan attacking marriages. Here's the thing, we give entirely too much credit to Satan for the bad things that happen in our lives. When it comes to marriage, and I'm not talking about like a Christian marriage. Well, I guess, okay, I'll say a Christian marriage, right? First of all, Most High is not in Christianity. Let's just start there. Okay. When two people get married and the Most High is not in the midst of their marriage, it's not going to last. Right? We know that the Bible says what the Most High puts together, no man can tear apart. Well, if the Most High did not put it together, then it can be torn apart. It can. If He did not ordain it, if He did not put His stamp of approval on it, it can be torn apart. 9 times out of 10, when people get married, they get married for reasons that have nothing to do with being joined together, with becoming a union, with becoming one. It has to do with lust, financial status, a credit score, um, the way somebody looks, how they'll make you look. It has nothing to do with like an actual marriage as how the Most High has set marriage up to be. So when you say that Satan attacks marriages, where is that in the Bible? Where is that? Now, the marriages that we saw that had issues in the Bible, that was because of their choices. For example, Jacob, right? He had four wives. He had he had Rachel, he had Leah, he had the two maidservants. I don't ever remember their names. Okay, so four wives, right? Yes, including maidservants, concubines, those are also considered wives. So he had four. And you see the back and forth between Leah and Rachel, right? And not only that, they passed him around like a piece of meat, right? So Rachel, when she told Leah, hey, can I get some of whatever the mandrakes from your son? And we're not even going to get into what mandrakes are and what mandrakes were for. Listen, okay? Leah was like, fine, but I get to have Jacob for the night. Those are their choices. That had nothing to do with Satan. Just like the Most High is not going to make you make a choice, Satan can't do that either. We have free will, right, to make our own choices. What kind of esteem would the Most High get if He forced us to worship Him? Forcing someone to do something is not the same as them doing it on their own free will. It's not the same as them doing it because they want to. It's not the same. It's not. So the Most High, He's not going to force us to worship Him. He's not going to force us to do anything. We're to make that decision for ourselves. So Satan can't force us to do anything. Yes, he can dangle something in front of our face. He can put a thought in our heads, but it's ultimately up to us whether or not we're going to act on that said thing. Let's talk about in, I don't know what book it's in, but Paul said that a man and a woman should not go too long without being intimate with each other because Satan will come in and do what he does. Okay, even if that's true, if that person was going to cheat on their spouse, that was already something that was in them. Now, it could be that Satan makes the desire stronger, but that was already something that was in that person. If a person's going to cheat, they're going to cheat. That has nothing to do with Satan. That has more so to do with the person and the kind of spirit that is on them. That has nothing to do with Satan. We make our own decisions. We do. Now, it's either you're going to make a decision based on permission from the Most High, or you're going to make a decision from yourself. You're going to lean on your own understanding for whatever reason, which I've done that too many times. Too many times. And it's just, why do we want to put so much blame on Satan? Because we don't want to take accountability. We don't. It's easier to say, oh, if that was the devil influenced me. Just like we say, we want to push blame on other people for certain things, but we don't want to take accountability for our actions. Why? That comes with maturity. Not taking accountability and putting it off on everything external without looking internally is immature. It is childish, right? And it shows like a lack of self control as well. We have to learn to take accountability and responsibility for our choices, because we made the decision to do something. No one held a gun to our head, no one bribed us, nothing was taken for ransom. That's all on us. Our choices are all on us. And if you're not in relationship with the Most High, when it comes to making decisions, it's going to be really hard to decide what decision to make. Whereas you can just give it to the Most High, He can make the decision for you. He can tell you, like, hey, this is what you need to do, or hey, don't do that. But then again, it's still up to you whether or not you're going to listen. It's up to you. We have to look at ourselves, not anybody externally or anything externally. We have to look at ourselves and the decisions that we make. Now, decisions that we make could, be based off of past trauma, things that we have experienced in our past, but we cannot let that dictate our present, right? Yes, many of us have childhood trauma, but we oftentimes let that trauma dictate our present and our future. We have to stop doing that. That happened in the past. That has nothing to do with right now, where you are right now. It's not happening right now. Yes, it's a traumatic experience, but it happened. You can't change it. You're right here, right now. And these decisions that you make right here, right now affect the future. So, are you going to let the past affect your present, which will affect your future? Or are you going to sit in the present with the Most High and be present, making decisions that are good for you? Now, let's talk about marriages, right? Let's say, for example, somebody who is Christian or somebody who is Muslim get together. That's destined to be chaos. That's not going to last. Either somebody's going to have to convert, or y'all just gonna have to get divorced. Something that the Most High was very strict about in the word is not intermarrying. So, marrying people from other nations, marrying people who believed in other things, right? And we can see examples of the ramifications of this in Ezra and I think it's Ezra and Nehemiah. And at the end of Ezra and the end of Nehemiah, they like basically snitched on everybody who had married someone of another nation, right? And so Ezra, made a list of everybody who did it. Nehemiah, he came, he helped them do what they were doing. Then he left. As soon as he left, The men started marrying women of other nations. He came back. He was throwing hands and pulling hair. Okay? That is verbatim what the word says. He was throwing hands and pulling hair. Because what are you doing? I just left here. Y'all was good. But now I left and y'all do this. What? You cannot marry somebody and be unequally yoked with that person. You can't. Somebody's going to have to compromise or it's not going to work. And with compromising, especially compromising your own beliefs and your own morals, brings about resentment. And it's still not going to last. This is why the Torah is still so prevalent today. It is alive and well. Okay, it is not done away with. It is still something we are supposed to follow to this day. If you follow Torah and you marry someone who also follows Torah, nothing can break you apart. If you follow Torah and you use Torah to base all of your decisions on, you'll be all right. You will. Let's talk about Cain and Abel, right? Cain was angry, and the Most High asked him why he was angry. And he told him the adversary is waiting on you at the door. I'm paraphrasing, but essentially that's what it says. The adversary is just waiting for you to commit some kind of sin or to do some kind of evil. Just waiting. He planted the seed there and just to see if you're going to act on it. And what did Cain do? He killed his brother. He acted on it. And this is the same thing with marriage. Satan, in particular, attacks people, not marriages. It's the people who are being attacked, not the marriage. It could be that one person in the marriage is being attacked. 9 times out of 10, it'll be the person who has a relationship with the Most High because Satan doesn't want to do that. Why would Satan attack somebody who does not have a relationship with the Most High? That kind of defeats the purpose because, again, he's not separating anything, he's not trying to come between anything. If there's no relationship with the Most High, why would Satan attack you? That doesn't make sense because you're already doing what he would want you to do, right? So Satan's going to attack the person who does have the relationship with the Most High. Now, he can attack, if both people have a relationship with the Most High, he can try his best to attack both of them. But because of their strength and their faith is in the Most High, and the Most High is in the center of their marriage, Satan's not going to get very far. He's not. He's not going to get very far with either one of them. So what happens next is he can't attack either one of them. He goes to the children. But I just, that was a thought that was on my mind. Like, we just give him way too much credit because we don't want to take accountability for our actions and our choices. I've learned that when it comes to the things that I've done in my life, I made those decisions to do those things. That was not Satan. Now, can I explain why I done all the things I did? No. There are things I did as a child that it's just like I was a child then. I'm an adult now. I don't know what I was thinking as a child. I was a child, thinking as a child. And now I'm an adult, thinking as an adult. It's very different. But I take accountability for all of my actions. I'm not going to blame something on Satan. I'm not. And even the choices that I've made in the past as an adult, not one of them have I blamed on Satan. That was me. That was my doing. And now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever blamed any of my choices on Satan. It's always been me. I've always had this understanding that this was my choice. I decided to do this. It was my mind. I decided to do this thing. You know, if I were to get married, it would be because of my decision. If I were to get married or gotten married in the past when I have been proposed to, that would have been my decision. And I would have been divorced from those people. I would have. Point blank, period. I would have been divorced. So our decisions are our decisions. Our actions are our actions. Nobody else. No one is making us do these things. We have to look in the mirror every single day. If you're not looking in the mirror every single day, that's a problem. I'm not saying looking in the mirror to, fix your hair, put your makeup on, do all those things. I'm talking about looking in the mirror, looking at yourself and sitting with yourself. Because it's just you. It's just you. That's all I have for y'all.